dozen.
I am looking here in the file that you have on the vassal site, and is it the beginning of the 1240 turn here?
We are at the beginning of the 1240 turn, yes.
Okay, for some reason the end turn marker was still down at 8 or
Oh,
7
okay.
or something, and I was just confused.
Yeah. No, I think we'd advanced the time, but we hadn't necessarily advanced or reset that.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I don't know. It was on your desk when last I saw.
yep. So we're back. How are you, David?
Quite well. How are you?
I cannot complain. We have
It's another.
our industrious friend William Arens from Kitchener, Ontario, sending his greetings. Hello, William.
That's what I just named our game, our Civil War game. I must have Sunday Fun Day,
Wow.
but
Well,
one
you
I
were.
just left.
What were you playing? You were playing battles of the great battles
No,
of the American Civil War.
no, the U.S. Civil War Simulator.
Oh, this is the one that you're doing with your friend, your
Yep.
Nice.
boss.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think you'll find the line of sight rules here in Bar a little bit more complicated.
Ever
Wow,
so
that took a long
slightly.
time to get a laugh out of that, but okay.
A lot of the rules are a little more complicated. It's not just line of sight. What are you talking about?
Oh well, what can you do?
All right, what monstrous problems do I have now?
Oh, plenty of them, I think.
Yes, you're Austrian. That's your first problem.
Oh yeah, that's boy, yeah, that's gonna set you back.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, yeah, I mean it's top of the end. We got 2 more turns to go, and there's bound to be bad things happen.
Oh, yes. I have no doubt there'll be lots of unfortunate events,
Most unfortunate. I don't know, man.
par for the course.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, we could just reduce the anticipation and just chuck some dice and see what
Got
happens.
some dice.
I think that's a good idea. Michael, why don't you go ahead and chuck the dice, see what we get?
Winner,
Lead us
chicken
off,
dinner. Oh no!
Oh, it's a big
0-0.
Oh no! It's worse than a 0.
Means I
You
can move
get to move.
You can
everyone on the map.
Yeah, simultaneous move of all your units.
That's it. Yeah, because it's 8 times the other guy's number. That means you get to move everybody.
Exactly.
One of those lesser known
Well, don't
rules.
say that out loud. Somebody will believe it that's watching this thing.
Oh yeah, no, we don't want that to happen. Then YouTube would categorize us from, promoting misinformation,
Oh, dear.
disinformation, something like that.
No.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah.
have that.
Can't let that happen.
All right, so I can either do a wing, which I have 2 wings, or I can do a single. All right, so that's a 6. Yeah, that guy's shaking. Very good shape.
You've got some really nice roads heading back to Prague.
Yeah. This Grenadier Command can do what?
Um, his deal is that he can act like a command leader, but he doesn't have to. Let me find where that is written down. a special leader who functions as the ad hoc leader for the Austrian Grenadiers. Gauzko can be activated like any special leader, meaning with another command, or he can be activated as a command leader. When he's activated as a command leader, he has a command range and an initiative rating. He may activate any grenadier or artillery units within his command range. He may not attach unit, and regimental integrity does not apply to grenadiers. He has no replacement.
Now,
I'm trying to figure out what purpose he would serve as a special leader. 6.6a. I'm trying to figure out what it is he'd do. I don't know that he has any special 6.6a. Here we go. No. I don't know. I got nothing. I'm not really sure what purpose there'd be to him being a special leader. So, whatever. You could treat him as a command leader if you want.
well, is a special leader, isn't it an independent command?
No, a special leader has to be activated along with another command leader. But what it says here specifically in 3.3c on page 6, when he is activated as a command leader, he may activate any grenadiers or artillery units within his command range. He may not attach units, and regimental integrity doesn't apply. So it's kind of like, well, okay, so you just told me what he's like if he's a command leader.
Right.
What if he's a special leader? And I don't really see what he does that's special other than do that weird command leader thing. So I guess. No, I still don't know. Because if you used him as a special leader, he would just activate along with another outfit, and then all the grenadiers, of course, could activate, but you know they'd be independent units. So again, not 100% sure what the point is.
Now, is it only so? Does the regimental integrity still apply then, or not apply then?
Regimental integrity doesn't apply to the grenadiers.
And
It's
well, 'cause
specifically
it sounds like
says-
it's specifically if I'm using him as a leader.
He
a
may
regular
not
command.
attack units, and regimental integrity does not apply to grenadiers. And it's kind of funny the way it says that, because it's like, you mean like generally, or specifically when he's being used as a command leader? It's kind of in a sentence right under him being used as a command leader.
Well, I think the reason it might
hold
say
on.
that is because
Page 5, 3.1c, paragraph C. Regimental integrity does not apply to grenadiers, as they are not a regiment. Rather, they have been converged from other regiments of the army. So in other words, regimental integrity doesn't ever apply to them. But obviously, because they're all independent units, they can activate anyway. They just might need to activate by rolling their own initiative.
Okay, so because the reason I'm asking, because the commander here has a command range of 4, so that leaves the 2 on the end of the line out of his command range.
Right. So they would have to activate separately as independent units, which means they'd actually have to roll. Of course, they're grenadiers, they're probably going to succeed. So you're probably okay anyway.
Right. So all right. So I can activate him even in addition to whatever else I activate here. Correct?
Yeah, you really can, because because independent units that are within command range of any non-command leader are are in command. So in other words, if you activated another formation and then said, yeah, and I'm going to activate Gausko as a special leader and I'm activating all of these grenadiers, most of the grenadiers don't have to roll for being in command because Gausko is putting them in command.
Right. Okay, so I'm probably actually going to do that because I'd like to just get him moving with whatever he's got going there. So, and now what else do I want to activate here?
Yeah, because who's your wing leader out here?
Where, because I got one wing leader, I think is Lucchese.
Lucchese.
And he has SP and
Oh, your cavalry. I'm looking at your
right.
infantry.
Oh, and my other wing leader is
You've got Koenigsegg.
Koenigsegg.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't forget. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Koenigsegg. Yeah.
What do we have there? We got this. We got those guys. All right. Who do I want to do other than that? I want to do something up here by Kedge.
So many choices.
I know.
So many crises.
A little bit crap off of that guy. That's weed. Which one's weed? Those are weed.
Doot, 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 doot.
Interesting. All right. So first is, well, heck. Let's do.
No one's
weed.
ever gone wrong with that.
Hold my beer.
Exactly. Well, what the heck? What the heck? Let's go wild. All right. Who are you activating?
Weed.
Veed.
Vide. Vid, vide, vo, vom.
Okay, there's Veed up there.
So single die, comforting, and he is activated.
Of course, it's zombie vide.
And I'm also going to activate this artillery.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to activate the grenadiers. So first is my disorder check, correct?
So is this Koenigsegg? Are you doing a wing activation with Koenigsegg?
No,
okay.
No,
just
You're just
just
doing a
Veed.
single activation with that guy. Okay, cool.
Vide.
because he's not even part of Koenigsegg.
Right. Yeah, he's part of Cools, isn't he?
Somebody else that way back in Prague.
Yeah, cool. Who's hiding out in Prague?
And so, all right. So he's activated. And do I have to roll for the Grenadiers?
Uh,
Command?
you would
Or
need to
no,
roll for the last two.
right. But I don't have to roll for him because he's actually within range of Brown anyway. So,
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you don't need
right.
to worry about that because yes,
All right.
yes,
So I'm going to roll that
right,
one and then that one. So we'll roll
exactly.
for this one first. Boy, he's fine. And the second one. Oh, and they're fine.
Alrighty then, everybody's in.
Okay. So now we got disorders, right?
Right, right.
So where are we at? So I can try to focus my computer and the screen for
So
our
the
viewers at
trouble
home.
is we're both up by Kedge and down at his Grenadiers down south. So
Right.
he's activating both of them at the same time. But the disorder recovery, I don't know. Is there any?
Well, there's one grenadier that's shaken and disordered there.
Oh,
There.
Right.
oh,
Well, and
yeah.
you've got one here that's disordered as well, but it'll automatically clear because
Yeah.
he's stacked with the
He will.
officer.
Okay, so
Right.
so he's stacked with the other, so he's automatically there. Okay, and
I
leave that.
think
And
it's-
I'll roll for the shaken disordered one. Let's see. Oh,
Oh, well, we don't need to look that one up.
no.
Still shaken, but not stirred.
Yeah.
No.
So let's increase one more. Shaken. Yes, there we go. All right. Now we do fire. The first thing is going to fire my artillery right there. So what do we got? We got some 6-pounders. We're going to fire at that square right there. And I don't have the charts up or anything.
Pounder at 2 hex ranges times 7.
You've got 14 to 10.
14 to 10. 1 to 1. Plus
10.
5 plus 10.
Yeah, 1 to 1 plus 10.
1 to 1 plus 10. Now I could use that 96, but
Oh no, you wasted the 96.
So 66 is nothing?
Not enough.
Yeah.
not enough.
However, I feel
And,
something else coming in. An ill wind.
so now we've got some 4 Fusiliers. What are they?
Are they times 3? Fusiliers are times 3.
So that's 12.
Except it's times 4 because they're in enfilade. So it's 16.
All right, so that's 1.5 to 1 with
1.5 to
burn.
1.
You don't. What's your size? You're only 6.
6.
So
Nothing weird.
yeah, nothing weird. All right. Oh,
There's something.
That's 1, and it'll be a morale check.
Where does it say that inflate you are the thing is increased or something? Is that on the fire chart?
It would be on the fire charts. Yeah, let's see. If you look on the bottom right, there's a box. And target enfiladed is +1 to the fire multiple modifier. So
Oh
instead
yeah,
of
okay, I see it.
3, it becomes times 4. And that's one that there's an optional rule that simply allows you to just push the odds column by 1.
Right.
Because too often you'll find that it doesn't actually do anything for you, which seems like kind of dumb, right?
Right.
So, but that's the standard rule is just add 1. Okay, so that's 1, and then a morale check for these guys, and well, that's actually a really good question. If I look at the morale summary, this is for fire combat, so it's type A. Type A,
Outflank plus 10.
outflank does add plus 10, so we definitely have a plus 10 there.
No, well, okay, now is it, because there's fired on through flank or rear is plus 5.
Now that's interesting because I would say that those are independent of each other, which would suggest that maybe they should both apply in the circumstance where they both apply, because they won't always, right?
Right.
Let's take a quick look. Fired on through its flank or rear hex. These are in addition to any of the general modifiers of 19.8, like outflanked, that apply. So yeah, I'd say it's plus 15. So what did we say? It's 1.5 to 1 plus 15? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, my morale check is plus 15. Right. Let's try
Right.
that.
But isn't it actually plus 5 more because of the Army level?
Yep.
Oh, very good. Thank you. So plus 20 it is. And he stands.
Okay.
He probably wishes he didn't, but oh well.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not really sure it would have helped me a whole lot. Well, of course, becoming shaken would not be helping him any. That would just make
Yeah.
what's about to come even worse.
Yeah, true.
All right. Is that
Now I
Yep.
guess we're
now you got
good.
one more fire combat for sure.
Oh, one more fire. Oh, down here with the grenadiers.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So shaken. How does that
Changes nothing.
change?
So fire exactly like normal.
Grenadiers are ×4, so it's 1.5 to 1. And here's 7. Does that do any?
You've got another unit that could hit him at half strength.
This guy here, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You could get 2 strength points firing out of there, probably at ×2 if I'm guessing, right? So, but it's
That
really
would
going to be
be-
×3 because you're firing through the flank. So that would be enough
That
for
would give you another
6.
6, so that's going to put you at over 20, so you'd have 2 to 1.
I mean,
Yeah.
Better than a poke in the eye.
miss not to do
Better
it.
than a poke in the eye, and 7 SPs is 0.
That's right.
So it's just a straight 2 to 1. All right, let's go.
Ooh,
Oh!
that's
Yeah.
a big one.
Damn.
The Austrians on a roll. This is the return of the
Hot dice
revenge.
tonight.
Let's see. So that's going to be,
Two.
am I looking at it right? 2M plus 10?
That is correct.
And it is
Okay.
even, so it's a morale check.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. So it is M plus 10, right?
All right. Here we go. So it's actually M plus 20, right?
No, it should be M plus 15.
15.
Oh,
Well,
fired
no,
through
aren't
the
we
flank?
getting fired through the
and
flank?
the flank. Yep.
Fired through the flank. So M plus 20 it is.
Yeah.
Well done, you.
All right.
That is not going to work.
So what are they, shaken or disordered?
Shaken. It's a morale check.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Well, you know, somebody's going to roll a 98. Stuff's going to happen.
Well, I just, I'm always sad when I'm not the one rolling the 98.
I know. What's up with that? All right. So I guess it's movement time.
It is movement time.
Prague will be to your west.
Are you kidding?
Here we-
He's planning on pushing us back to Berlin.
Prague, here we come.
Yeah.
Checkpoint Charlie, here we come.
So where are you going to start so I can follow you? Starting up at
I'm
Kej
up
or
by Kej first
Okay.
here, just trying to figure out what I want to do with this mess here.
You've only got 1 stack that's active. Oh, no, you do have 2 stacks activated, don't you?
Yeah, I got this one back here. So. pretty bad shape. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Remember, the name of the game here is not to go over 20. So it's all about dishing out casualties and not taking them.
Mhm.
So bringing up a unit that's been shot to 75% losses might not be your best move.
Yep, you are correct in that. That's so he. So we'll do that. All right. Do I want to try an assault there?
Is there any reason
Yes.
not to?
I mean, unless you're going to roll a 12.
We can't rule out.
Yeah. But
Right.
What do you got? You got 6, 7, 8, 16? 16 to 5, and you're hitting me in the flank? I mean, come on. You got a leader?
Okay. With a leader, yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
And
Come
besides
on.
that, every Prussian you mow down brings you closer to my 12 pounders.
In fact, we might just move our guys out of the way.
I was planning to if he would have been kind enough to let me do it.
Yeah.
All right. So do I
Of course,
want
I got
to do
nobody to blame. I rolled.
any further movement here? Actually, I'm not. Let's see. Those are just disordered there, but they're pretty beat up, aren't they? But they could do something. All right. No movement there. Okay, down to the grenadiers. All right. Let's see what we're gonna do with these grenadiers.
All right. So we're looking at the Grenadiers now.
All right, so the guy on the end's gonna go 1, 2, 3. Can he force march? Because he
Sure he
did his-
can. He's in command. They both rolled in command.
Right.
Now remember, he can't oblique march, though, the way the Prussians can. So if he moves northeast again, it would cost him 2, not 1.
Right.
Of course, obviously, he's got 3 more movement points, so I mean, he could do that if he wanted to.
But that would only be a +1 to his, or +5 to his disorder check, right?
Yeah, yeah, for the rapid march, yeah.
Right. Yeah. All right. Let's. Yeah, I'd like to have him there. So we'll do his disorder check. Oh, that's fine.
Jeez,
I think David's hacked into the vassal system here.
that's probably it.
Yeah, that's what I suspect.
What have we got here? So where the do this.
Seems
Okay.
legit.
I think that's the movement part.
Alrighty.
All right.
Close combat.
Yep, they'll start up by Kej,
Back up at Cash.
and I will try and assault. Do I want to move this back guy?
Do what?
I'm just seeing if I want to move him up like one space here. I'm debating. Or just keep it back there. Okay, I'll leave him.
Analysis paralysis.
Okay. Let's see if these guys can do their assault.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
They-
probably
they-
going to be
they
good
passed
enough,
it.
I would hazard a guess.
That should be good enough for them.
All right. I'll
now-
roll for a defender morale check.
Oh, are we
Looks
gonna
like-
complete that one up here before we go down to the.
Yeah, let's get it taken care of.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, probably cleaner.
Otherwise, I get seasick going up and down.
Yeah. And there's not that much flooding in Placentia yet.
Not yet. No, it's
Right.
the alleged hurricane. I think the biggest part of the hurricane was the hurricane of dire warnings from every news outlet that made you think that you better be building an ark, loading your family into it, and being prepared to be
the
carried
media
away.
loves to sensationalize this
Oh my
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
gosh, yes, it was ridiculous, to put it mildly.
So the odds are 3-1. There is no defensive fire, which is why we're going straight to the combat. The printed values for the attackers are +5 and +3 more, so it's +8 for hitting in the flank. I'm +4, so basically it's 3-1
Plus
+4 as I read it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. 3-1 +4. Let's see what we get. Bam. All right, so we're in the +3 column.
3-1 +3. It's still going to be 1d2r. All right. And ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. All right, good times. 1 and disorder for you guys, and it's actually the largest unit that has to take the hit, so it actually would be the bottom one, not
All right.
not
so
the top one, which is counterintuitive. To be fair, it's unusual to have 4 units stacked ever. That's
Yeah. Now and then I have to move at least one into there, right?
at least 1 into there, absolutely. And no, you don't get to roll for pursuit points. I'm sorry.
No, I know. But I do have a question on stacking order then.
Okay.
If I leave, like, let's say if I move the top 2 units in and leave the other 2, can I change the stacking order in this square?
Okay, that's a
Because you
fair.
can do it at the beginning and end of movement.
Yes. Let's see. There is something about that here. As a result, red missed attack, depending on right, when required to occupy every vacant. Okay. Advancing units must conform to all facing formation and stacking rules. They cannot change their formation unless required by the terrain type of the vacated hex. Advancing units may freely change facing in any direction after moving into the vacated hex, but only if that hex is not in an EZOC, and then there's an exception for cavalry. I could have sworn there was commentary about rearranging the stacking. I don't see it, though. It's probably in one of my many dreams I have about the bar rule set.
This is what happens when you fall asleep with it tucked under your pillow, Michael.
Precisely, yes.
There you
go.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm actually going to do here.
Formation and stacking rules. Cannot change formation unless we're... I don't know. I mean, I could kind of see that maybe it's allowed, but it doesn't. I don't feel like it says, and I feel like it should, and I feel like, in fact, it does somewhere. I just don't know where.
Right. So I'm going to make the point moot, and I'm going to move that stack like that, and then this one doesn't have to change its order.
Well, that's convenient.
Well, that's a nice way of just gracefully stepping around the whole problem. Good for you.
We appreciate that. Otherwise, it would be another note off to, who is it, Matthew on the Consent forum. I saw your post from a couple of weeks ago.
I wasn't really happy with his answer, to be honest with you.
What did you ask?
Well, it was that question we had about order of operations for op charge when somebody's moving away from you.
Oh, and what was the response?
Well, his answer was basically that the op charge happens because the idea of movement occurs to these people. So actually, the reaction happens before the actual movement happens.
Okay.
And I'm like,
I know how the rule works. It's just weird that something's moving, because if the infantry was moving out of that square, you would still fire on it if it was an opportunity fire.
But as I pointed out on Consim World, musket balls go faster than horses.
Good point. That's a good point.
It depends on who's doing the firing.
I guess. Yes. I don't really know.
If it's the Spanish, probably the horses are going a little faster than the musket balls.
So
now we're down to the Grenadiers.
You need to disorder all the guys up by Kedge, though.
I need to what? Oh, disorder. I am sorry.
We got to keep an eye on him, Michael.
Clearly.
This is the
starting
sort of
to feel desperate. I can sense it.
Yeah.
I'm not desperate at all, as he's like hammer and tongs on poor, what was that idiot's name? The commander who couldn't find his way out of a damp paper bag.
We're talking American Civil War, Fremont, Butler.
I'm talking about Kleist right here.
Oh, Kleist. Oh, yeah. He has been very, very. There's no one's naming any pocket battleships after him.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Right.
As I recall, I mean, I think there was in the High Seas Fleet, there was probably a cruiser or something called the Kleist. I know there was a Seydlitz.
Yeah, definitely.
They had a fair number of some of the Napoleonic and some of the Frederick the Great generals got ships named after them after the fact. But Kleist is not going to be getting any ships named after him based on his participation here.
Well, apparently that's already affected. That's already affected Wikipedia, because I don't see any mention of a ship called Kleist on Wikipedia.
Oh, there you go.
There was a Prussian Major General, commander of the Green Hussars, one of 58 officers of the Kleist family to serve in the 7 Years' War.
Wow.
So there we go.
It was the Kleist clan there.
Well, if that's
they had a whole regiment all of their own, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got another
Okay.
close combat you want to do?
Yeah, let's do this other one down here.
All right, let's head down to the other
Grenadiers.
end of the universe.
Yeah.
Let's
So
see
it is
what these
time for a little
Grenadiers can
attack
do.
morale check first.
So I'm actually good. Shaken one can't go in, right?
That's right. Yeah. So it's only the guy on the side who can do it.
Actually, all right. Since the shaken liar can't, I'm actually not going to.
Ooh. Well, he's playing a deep game here, Eric.
Apparently.
He's going to lull them into a false sense of security. I see it now.
Yeah. Well, they're not really in a position to do much of anything, so.
I guess so.
I just don't want to win and have him stuck out there. He's in a bad.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, it does break up your line. It's not delightful, but.
Him and Reed. Where's my Reed commander? There he is. All right, Eric.
All right, time for me to throw some dice. Here we go. Well, that's what have we got? A plus. Yeah, that's one for us.
We're plus 2, so it is one for us. All right.
All right. What would you like to do, Michael? Is there anything in particular that's pressing?
That's a good question.
I think Berlin is kind of north.
I think it is pretty north. Yeah, I think so. Joy, boy. I mean, the thing is because he moved those guys,
right?
It kind of took the pressure off around Kaj. We could activate anybody up there later because he's already done what he's going to do. Kind of the same thing around the Grenadiers. They've done what they're going to do.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if the question is does it, I don't know that there's anything that, oh, yeah, we got to do something right now. Whereas on the other hand, we've, got the cavalry excitement. We've got your infantry that's farther north of the Grenadiers. I would say you probably ought to do something.
Well, let's see here. What is our objective? We're trying to put some hurt on people here.
Well, we're trying to cause more casualties than we take.
I'm not doing a good job of that.
Well, not lately. No. Not lately. I don't know. Of course, this isn't a wing activation, and that could color part of what you're thinking because you might still be waiting for, Zeton to get a wing, for example, or something like that. So maybe you don't want to waste one of his commands. Don't really know. And our Grenadiers are actually part of a command. So
well, they're
not
Winterfeld's command. Are they not independent? They're in a little white box.
Yeah,
That's the same kind of box that the artillery has.
No.
Is that not? I mean, I'm looking at the order of battle.
Yeah. So am I. And they're under Winterfeld's command. And the distinction I'm making is they are an independent command. That is to say, they're not connected up through a wing leader. Well, I mean, I guess Winterfeld kind of is. But anyway, the point is the individual units themselves.
Oh, I see. So looking at the Austrians, they have independent units.
That's right.
That's what they're saying. Okay,
right. So
okay. I was just looking at the color of the box, and I'm like, oh, it looks like it's an independent thing. So
yeah, if you activated Winterfeld, and by the way, I'm not suggesting it. I'm just saying that if you did, that would be the whole deal, as opposed to when he activated his Grenadiers, they were independent units, ergo he could activate them along with another command.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know if you want to do anything in the middle there with the infantry, or if you wanted to go down to your cavalry, I don't know which.
Yeah, I mean, my heavy cavalry is all dinged up. so there's not a whole lot of excitement that they can do.
Right.
The
Right.
grenadiers could come down, and I mean, these guys are still shaken and disordered and whatnot, and I could come down and shoot at some people, I guess. Well, actually, you don't shoot until
No,
because
don't
you
shoot
shoot at
till
the
after you
beginning.
move.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I'm so used to
obviously,
la bataille, like march up and then shoot him.
Shoot him.
I mean, clearly, this guy could undoubtedly kill this guy.
Right,
I mean, shaken and disordered, he's in deep kimchi if somebody comes after him.
right.
Um, but on the other hand, there's not a whole lot else you can do with that command right now. So yeah, I see your problem, no question.
Well, and then
And
this guy's got his flank out to
I
the
know that's
wind.
not,
So if
that's
I activate this chap, then I can at least get these guys to turn and these guys are disordered, so they can't, and shaken and disordered, so they can't do anything.
oh, that's good actually. Maybe that's the best thing for you to do then.
Yeah,
Go ahead and get yourself a little bit stabilized before he can react.
yeah, yeah. So okay, I will then activate. Who is this? Krakow. So let me see if I can go ahead and roll. Although I understand it doesn't make a difference, so a
That doesn't
five.
make much difference, that's for
I
sure.
don't think he's. He's a
Oh,
five, so he
there
did
you
it.
go. There
Okay.
you go. Okay.
All right. So, um,
So, first things first, we got disorder recovery. There's this guy out here who needs it for sure.
okay, let's roll for him.
And
97. There's my 97.
does he still roll even though he's out of range of the?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because he's still activated even if he's
Right.
out of command. He is out of command, to be fair, so we'd have to mark that if we were concerned about it. Um, and
So it's
then,
only on that special result one where it is they have to be in.
yes, that's right. Yeah, the special results only for the leader and anybody in his command range.
Right.
That's right.
All right, and then this guy can't do anything, and this guy's okay as is.
Okay.
So let's see here. I'm going to try to back this guy up again, right? Did we talk about that? So I can
He-
move him back.
Yeah, and he can op charge you if he wants to.
Right.
Because if you move back and he wants to op charge you, he actually gets to op charge you before you move. It's just the declaration of moving is what authorizes him to try if he wants.
He hears the bugles going
That's
toot
right.
toot toot.
And I will not.
Okay. All
Very
right.
good. That's 2 movement points expended. And a disorder check you'll need to do at the end of your movement. What else do you have?
Well, and let's see. Can I move him any more? Can I then move him
Sure.
here, or can I turn him? What?
Well, absolutely. This is so the old. Let me think about it. There's you can't rapid march and line back up in the
Right.
same turn, but otherwise it's just like regular movement. So you back up, you spent 2 movement points, you got 4 left.
Okay. I guess I will turn.
Okay, so you spent 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, and that's about it. Oh yeah, no, this chap's got a turn then. So
Right. Yep. Makes
all
good
right.
sense.
So now we're in a better position to meet the
Think
foe.
so.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you care to move the shaken guy. He can only move 3 movement points, and obviously you don't necessarily want to get him too close because he's still shaken. But on the other hand, I don't know. You might want to get him more into position.
Right. So let's
If nothing
see.
else, just moving him forward will put him in command next time.
Right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could, I guess we could put him here. And that's going to put him in a position maybe to do
Actually,
something.
wouldn't that cost 4?
Uh,
Because
why?
it cost 4 to move into
was
the
right
zone of
here.
control.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. You've got the Zoc thing.
Yeah, just pull him back 1 hex.
There we
either
go.
direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then we want to try to do close combat.
Sure.
And we're going to try to do close combat here with this chap.
Right.
So let's see if we can muster the courage to do that. Hey, we do.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Oh, I need to make my roll for disorder check for that guy too. I forgot to do it. Because he
was
went
he
backwards,
disordered?
right? Didn't he go
Oh,
backwards?
yes. Plus 5 for that. Yes.
Okay, he's fine.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so this guy passed. He's charging. He's the
Defend
target of the
morale
charge.
check then plus 25, it looks like, because you got somebody in your flank.
So plus 28 for army level,
Sorry,
right?
plus 28, you're quite right. That's going to
That's
be
probably
good
good
enough.
enough. Yep.
All right.
All right, so I've got 5 and he's got 6.
3. He's
Three.
disordered.
Oh, he's 3. Okay, so it's 5 to
5
3.
to 3 is 1.5 to 1.
1.5 to
Yeah.
1. Okay, and I'm a 4, and he's a
yeah.
4.
Except it's really minus 5, so it's
he's a minus 1.
1. So it's 1.5 to 1 plus 5.
Plus
I think.
5. Okay, that sounds about right.
I think that's it.
See what we get here. Right, so that's a net of 2, so that's going to be a plus 3, a positive 3. So that's going to be a 1D1R.
You just made it.
All right.
All right.
Oh, and it looks like he's got no choice. He's going to have to run over a friendly.
Oh yes, and I'm gonna have to go through another enemy evoc doing it. So
Yeah, sure looks like it. Yep. That's the awkward part about winning a battle. You might find yourself in an awkward location. The only good news is you're not gonna
I
get
already took the
confused with
second increment off because I know I'm gonna be.
that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Totally understand.
So let's go on. Let's just go through the disordered guy, I guess.
All right.
I think that's my better option.
Yeah, it's
3.
on the one hand you got Lucchese on the one, but on the other hand he's also shaken, so it's probably 6 of one, half dozen the other. Okay.
And let's say route.
Right. Then we need to
And
roll for that guy.
roll for that guy. That should be enough. I have a feeling. Yeah. It's an 8. Yeah, it's gonna be that. I can't think. Yeah.
All right, and then do I roll for pursuit points or not because I'm disordered?
Oh no, you roll for pursuit points.
Oh,
Cut them in
okay.
half.
So 7,
Or
4, right?
obviously you can't use 4. The most
Right.
you could use is 1.
Right, because I advance into this.
Well, I'm
X.
sorry. You could use 2. Of course you could. You could. Oh no, I'm sorry. You've advanced now, so now
Right.
you can only use 1.
1.
Or
yeah.
you can just recall where you are. It's up to you.
Yeah. Let's see. So let's let's push forward one more.
Okay.
Right? And so we'll
Right
stop there. Yeah.
All right. So that's another increment off the fleeing unit. The Lowenstein Cuirassier.
Was the original 1.5? Oh, it was a 1D1R. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So you should have 3 hits on him total.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And now you need to roll your recall, and your recall will be at plus 20. Plus 5 for the pursuit point, plus 10 for being in an EZOC, and plus 5 for being disordered. So plus
How
20.
exciting. Here we go.
Wait,
97. I think we're okay.
We're not going to look that one up.
Yep.
Boy, the roller thinks 97 is sexy tonight, doesn't it?
I guess so. All right,
Oh,
we will then go ahead and Philippe Krakow
Philippe?
over. Philippe Krakow. Okay. So that
Okay.
takes care of our exciting little um, activation, I
Oh,
guess.
I thought that worked pretty well, really.
Mm-hmm.
All right. David, it's your roll.
Okay. 7
Oh,
0.
uh-oh.
Uh-oh, that means we get to rally.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, I'm
Oh my
pretty sure
gosh.
that was
So,
a Prussian special rally.
Sure is. Pick a command and perform a free disorder recovery phase and and rally phase. So, wow. So, who could use that?
Well, my heavy cavalry could use it. They're all,
Actually, you're not wrong.
yeah.
Obviously, it's only one command, though, so you'd have to decide which one. Do you want to do Krakow, who just went? Because he's got a couple of units that.
I'd rather try to do that because then I could
Yeah,
get I have more people that I could get back into some semblance of order.
yeah.
So,
No,
okay.
I think that's a fine choice if you want
Okay,
to. Yeah.
so we'll start with this chap here first.
disorder, is it disorder first?
Disorder first.
Oh,
Yep.
disorder first. Okay, so
But
then this
with
chap,
disorder. Yep. Oh.
26.
Oh, is he gonna make it? No, because it's +5. So unless he's a 21, it's not gonna be good
Nope,
enough.
he just missed it.
Mm-mm.
All
What a shame.
right, that
Okay.
is a shame. These things happen.
They do as it happens.
All right,
Yes.
this chap here,
Okay.
02. That's not any good.
Well, hold on.
Or is it a special?
Well, no, because it's a rally, so there is
Yeah,
no special.
that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Okay.
All right,
All
and
right.
then this chap over here, 59.
And he is not half dead, so I'm sure that's enough. I mean,
Okay.
at +15, there's no way that's not enough.
All right, well, at least we got one of them back.
Yeah. Well, that's
Better
a
than a
start.
poke in the eye.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's very good. Good for you. David, I think it's back to you.
Roll another 7-0,
Yep.
David.
There's the 59. So
Oh, we
that's
had two
another one
59s
to
in a
me.
row.
Yeah.
Well, between that and the 97s, it's a great night here for Vassal.
It is. It is. Non-stop excitement.
Okay. Now, I have not been paying attention, though. I believe that is the first move.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Yep.
the first one to tip us over the edge.
I don't think any of the rest of them were enough.
Nope. I don't remember them to being high enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is over to the bad guys. But that's good because that'll put you right where we want you.
Yep. Use up all your activations.
That's exactly it.
Yep. Get yourself just all strung out. Then we hit them.
My cunning plan.
Your cunning plan. All right. Let's see what do we want to do here. That's there. Okay, yeah. Let's do that. I'm going to activate these 12 pounders. I might as well activate the 3 pounders here and here.
Okay, the ones down south.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll activate them. Independence. Now let's see, who else do I want to activate here? Oh, we got S. We have. Who is that? It's home.
Have we won yet?
Yep, you won.
So what command are you activating?
I'm still deciding that.
Oh,
I
oh,
think
okay.
it's the leader with the initials TBD.
To be determined.
I think that's it.
That's right.
I'm here all week. Try the veal.
Well, and looks like what did you find somebody to play a bar game with you there at Consim next
I
week?
did. I did. I'm very excited about it. So we're gonna take Chatuzits out to Consim World. It looks like he has not played before,
Okay,
so it'll be just friendly. Let's just take a couple of days and go through the system and have some fun. And I told him, he could take the Austrians because it maybe is a little more direct. Because after all, the Austrians are already deployed. On the
right.
other hand, the Prussians win a lot. So if you feel like you'd rather win, well, we could give you the Prussians. I don't care. So that'll be fun.
Well,
I'm
good.
looking
Yeah,
forward
he
to
couldn't
that.
have found a better person to be, to teach him and kind of walk him through the system. So that should be
Well, it's very
nice.
kind of you. Thank you.
Well, I wouldn't be playing this game if it weren't for you, Michael. So
Well, thank you very much.
yeah, and I'm really having fun. I definitely appreciate. There are some really interesting concepts in the game here. This whole combat value, so the odds are just based on pure numbers, but then you've got the
Right,
combat value thing that's kind of is where
right.
you get this weird swing um, with better
Yeah,
quality units and things like that. So I'm used to with like La Bataille, you've got the melee value where certain units, the more elite units, have a higher melee value, and
that's right.
that's what's feeding into your odds column. So this is kind of
That's
interesting
right.
where it's and then we were playing. Remember that game we played, the fixed bayonet? It's going just based on the numbers. There's just okay, you've got 5 increments and I've got 5 increments. Okay, it's 1 to 1 kind of a thing.
Right,
So
right.
it's I kind of appreciate then the subtleties here with that combat value. Uh, and then the leaders adding to the combat value as opposed to modifying the die roll.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting because it makes sense to a degree. I mean, 1,000 men are not 1,000 men, and obviously having more men is helpful, but having better men is probably more helpful, but in different ways.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that should be fun. I don't think I've gotten to play bar who at Consim World. I think it was 2018. I played Zorndorf.
Mm.
Um, and that was fun, but it's funny to think that's only 5 years ago. But boy, I tell you what, I did not know what I was doing. I have gotten a lot more sophisticated in my play now in the last 5 years. It's really funny. He was he was playing me like a fiddle.
Who were you up against, Paul or somebody else?
No, I'm trying. I wish I could remember his name. I feel bad because now this recording is out there on the interwebs and everything. Young guy, and he knows Matthew, and I guess he's actually played a lot with Matthew. I think maybe he lives in Colorado where Matthew
Okay.
lives. Um,
Well, that would explain why he's would be expert at it.
exactly,
Yeah.
right. And but and of course it's easier and easier to say a young guy now because
Right.
there's it turns out there's more young guys than old guys now from my
Mm-hmm.
perspective. It's weird how that works. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, he took the Prussians at Zorndorf. I took the Russians, and I mean, it was fun. I mean, because he kind of worked me over pretty good, but on the other end, it's not like he got off scot free. He had some hussars that were 15s
Oh wow.
that came charging up and absolutely shook right in front of my infantry, and I'm just dying laughing because I mean the dice will just do it to you sometimes,
Oh
right? What are
yeah.
you gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
And
we've
he's
seen
like,
that. Yeah.
What? So it was fun, and eventually I conceded once he'd finally broken a hole in my middle so bad, and I didn't have enough reserves left to feed into the hole, and it was like, okay,
Right.
you
I'm going to activate AG down here.
AG.
silver
Oh, yeah,
command.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
So,
The Return of the
uh,
Revenge of AG.
Or his replacement Rinaldi anyway.
so he's in command. All right. So this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, he's up to some mischief, making a big fat
Yep.
stack. That's his
1,
usual.
Yeah. Jeez,
2,
I was a big fan of the fat
3,
stack.
4, 5. Um,
Okay. That, you know what that looks like? That looks like a
and actually,
sphincter puckering.
That's his hedgehog, his heavy
Yeah.
cavalry hedgehog position there.
yep, that's my cavalry hedgehog.
All good.
All good. All right. And so we flip this guy.
Did you fire or did you prolong your guns that you were
Oh,
activating?
and yeah, they're just going to they're just going to change facing.
Okay.
I'm not gonna have to worry about that. Okay. All right. So those can be marked finished.
Right.
There's a finish.
It's back to me.
Yep.
Back to you.
Time for something exciting.
Oh, Chingo.
Well, you moved the universe forward one.
Yeah. We're gonna make David move his whole damn army. We thought we were kidding. Turns out we're not kidding, because we're just gonna give him one wing activation after another.
Yeah. All right. All right. So now I'm going to do AI.
AI. Oh, okay. The other leader down here. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So roll for people that are disordered. I guess there's
Right.
somewhere around, right?
Artificially intelligent.
And
Wait a minute.
I
isn't
think
he
it's
AL?
AL. It's AL.
yeah, that's right. We
For
always
Althon.
Alton. Yeah.
All
Althon.
right. So I'm going to run disorder for this one.
Well, he's got a leader there, doesn't he?
You don't need to roll
Oh,
for
yeah,
it.
that's right. I don't need to
Yeah.
thank goodness, because he actually rolled terrible, didn't he?
Well,
Yeah.
we'll just use that on the next one, David.
That's right. Don't you worry. We'll use it again. We don't want to waste.
That's right.
All right. So so this one I do have to roll on. Okay. Or you want to use that roll? I mean,
It's up to
No,
you. It doesn't
that's all.
matter. Doesn't matter. It's a friendly game.
okay.
What? No! Give it the 11.
Yeah, you might have wanted that.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We're just having fun. Only electronic cardboard is suffering.
There's very little money riding on this game.
Yeah.
All right. So this one is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, here we go. It's the hedgehog of. They're facing opposite ways.
I love it.
I
I
know.
love
It's
it.
exciting.
This is exactly what I did at Luthen. This is hysterical.
check my order here. Yes, the 20 is on top.
It's always important.
Yep, and let's see, do I want to take...
Well, that was an exciting noise.
Yeah, and I'm gonna move, I might as well make it...
Well, that's because I'm sharing the screen, and I apologize to the people at home who won't be able to see it. But this is.
Oh, they can see it.
Oh, can they?
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. So the
Here, pause for a second, David. We
Do I
are.
need to look, do I need to look at this and watch stream?
this is the Württembergers on the left flank of the Austrian army at Leuthen, and coming in from the top is the entire Prussian army. And all my cavalry has been whacked.
Right.
So I got Prussian cavalry behind me and coming around on the right side of the screen. So I realized that a hedgehog was my only answer.
Right. I see you've got units facing towards the top of the picture and towards the bottom of the unit. You basically.
Exactly.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
I thought, the only thing I can do is buy time for the rest of the army to go line up in Leuthen town in order to be able to try to resist the rest of the attack. So I thought, well, we're all going to die, but let's buy some time. And guess what? They all died. Because that's what it looked like a couple of turns later.
Oh my gosh. Well, wouldn't it have been better for them to go into square or something, or?
Well, no, because it wasn't, honestly, cavalry was a problem
Oh,
they
okay.
had. I mean, obviously, look at this.
Oh yeah, there's a whole boatload of stuff. Yeah.
That, we were in deep kimchi.
What do the little F's on some of the units? You've got like a little F stacked on top of some of these.
That's just an old style finished marker.
Ah,
there
okay.
were artillery units there. I bet he'd already fired. That's probably what all these units were.
Okay.
Those are just old style finished markers. Because remember, Leuthen was volume 3.
Yeah, I think it was it might have been the second or third one that the Clash of Arms put out.
Yeah. So anyway, just thought you'd be amused by that.
Well, there you go.
Now
Back to our program previously in session there.
Exactly.
All right, so I think that's the end of my movement for that. Well, no, it's not. I have to do one other thing. I want to move that commander over there, so that when I
So
end up-
Altman is over there. Okay.
That's fact. Let's do one more over here, just to keep him. Actually, you can actually go there if we want. All right. I just wanna
He's trying to
keep
get
it-
Altman somewhere where he can be everywhere at once, or
Right.
pretend to.
Because now the next thing is this stack is going to charge.
All right, roll an 11.
And
Oh,
rolling 11.
all right.
85. They didn't roll an 11.
Right.
You were supposed to roll an
Let's see,
11.
where do we go? So, boom. Boom. Now, can any opportunity at this point?
I don't know what the rule is. Do I have to have a line of sight, or just you're within 2 of me?
Pretty sure you have to have line of sight, but I'm still. Are you talking about?
Yeah,
This guy?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he was
No,
asking.
he's got line of sight. He's been able to see him the whole damn time.
Okay. So at what distance can I try to reach him?
Right
These
now
2?
is when you can
Yeah.
charge.
Okay. Well, that's what we'll do. Let's see. 71.
Bring it forward 1 hex,
Bingo.
and let's resolve.
And I'm going to opportunity charge your off charge, but you can't do that. I know. But I thought that would be fun to say.
There you go.
All right. Well, let's see what we
So-
got here.
Does he become the attacker?
No.
No, No, he
It's
absolutely
just a
does.
reaction
Yeah.
charge, right? It's not an opportunity charge. It's a reaction
No,
charge.
he was just moving.
No. He was charging. He moved all
Oh,
the
in that
stuff
case,
here, and
it's a
then he
reaction
charged.
charge. Yes, the attacker remains the attacker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So
It was a reaction charge, not an opportunity charge.
yes, it absolutely
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
All right. So I've got 16.
All right, and I've got
Yours is
8. I've got 6. So you were at 2-1 on the close combat table.
Well, no, it's 2.5 to 1, isn't it?
There's no 2.5 to 1 on the close combat table, unless you've got a different close
oh.
combat table.
You're right.
Okay.
16
Yes.
to 6 is 2 to 1. Yep.
Yep. All right, and
So-
I've got 6 plus 1 for having moved forward, so that's going to give me 7. And you are, I don't know, with the average of yours is probably going to work out to.
No, just the top 5 or the top 4 increments whose CV you use.
They're +5.
So it'd be +5 because basically the top unit's enough. So he's 7 plus 8, 9.
Oh,
plus
I thought,
10.
so when do we do the average of your combat value points?
With
Is it only with infantry?
you average each hex when you're doing close combat.
Oh, so
like
if he was attacking with multiple hexes.
multiple hexes, you'd average them, but in each hex, it's the top 4 increments value that
Okay.
counts.
Okay. So he's going to have 7 plus 2 for having gone forward, so he will have 9 to my 7. So he'll have
Where-
a
I
plus
actually
2.
have 11. I get 5.
Well, where you
plus
added,
2.
remember, there's +2 for medium cavalry. It cancels, but remember to count it on both sides.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
So I
so
got
then I
5
would be
plus 2 for
9 and
medium,
you're 11, so
plus-
we're the only difference is 2 between us.
Yep. All right, so 2 to 1 plus 2.
5. 2 to 1 plus 2, I guess. I guess only at 11, huh? Okay. 2 to 1 plus 2. Bam. Ooh.
So the net difference is what? 7. And
So
then
that's
it's going to be 5, so it's
minus
minus
5?
5. So that's 1R,
Oh,
1D.
man. This is another one where. Okay.
Boy, just missed it.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, the dice have been kind to you.
Most of the
Some.
time.
Yeah.
All right, and I gotta put a disorder marker on myself. So the top unit takes a hit, right, since it's the largest one.
Yeah, the largest unit takes a hit, whichever one it is. Yeah, I mean, if that's the,
I think they were
yeah,
all
you're
the-
right. In
about
that
the
case,
same,
it's the
weren't they?
top one because that was
They're
the
all
one with
7s, yeah. That's the
the
one.
most remaining increments.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, and then the
Then I
defender
have
has
to
to
roll
advance
for pursuit,
cavalry
right?
being attacked in the front, so you have to advance.
Wait a second. Yeah, there. I
Good
didn't want
hook.
anybody to click something. I accidentally deleted them all.
That's good. I
So-
like that too.
You have to advance and turn to face the running away enemy,
Right. So then I would then turn. Okay.
right?
And then
roll
which
for
way did
pursuit.
he go?
Sorry?
I went here, here, here.
Okay. All right. So,
Pursuit points divided by 2, rounded up.
yeah, that's just 1.
Okay. If you move the 1, it will cause that leader to displace to his nearest unit.
Mm-hmm.
At least I believe that's what happens.
I believe that is what happened.
It doesn't happen very often, so I will double check.
Oh, I don't capture him?
No.
Um,
Displaced to an adjacent unit that is not in an EZOC. Oh, I'm sorry. Displaced to an adjacent hex that is not in an EZOC or occupied by an enemy unit. If no such hex is available, the leader is eliminated. But obviously, in this case, he's plenty available. But, you may prefer to just stay where you are, too. That's fine.
Yeah, I think I'll just stay where I'm at. It's
All right.
not a big deal for me moving forward one more.
So roll your recall in place.
Okay, done.
All good. All right.
Best laid smile. Well, now you got to flip your guys over, right?
Oh, yeah, well, Lucchese for sure, and I guess AL both, right?
Right.
Because that was actually, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's going to be surprised when he turns around.
Yep.
'Cause
Where
that's
did
not
all
really-
my cavalry go?
That was not how I.
That's too nasty.
Surprise results, yeah. Reversal
too-
of fortune, to
That's
put it mildly, yeah.
Two charges up there that I should have probably come out at least that I've routed out of.
Well, the
Yeah,
question
yeah.
is it better to do, instead of having one huge stack where things could go totally foobar, would it be better to have done it with like 2 stacks?
I could only hit you in one spot.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because you had your guy that was disordered there.
Right, but no, you're absolutely right, Eric. I think it's a fair question in general. I mean, this circumstance may not have been really a good example for it, but
Right.
Clearly having a doom stack sounds really good, except obviously you can't cover your own flanks if you're a doom stack, right?
Right.
You're very powerful, but you're also very unwieldy. Whereas obviously if you are a bunch of stacks spread out, well, then you're less powerful individually, but you can at least protect one another's flanks. So I
Yeah.
don't know that and honestly, in my view, that's the mark of a good game system, right? That there's not just a way to break the game by just saying, well, screw it, I'm putting all 75 of my cavalry units in one stack.
Right, yeah.
Well, there is a stacking limitation, but
Well, there is that, okay. Okay, they've all been knocked down to 1 increment each. Still can't get that many in there, but whatever. 18. There we go.
Okay. Well, that was, whose roll was that?
Was that
I think
Did
that
I
was
roll?
your roll for the initiative.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So it's you, Eric.
Okay, here we go. Oh, it's time for him to get one of
No,
those
we rolled
handy
for the
dandy
wrong
ones.
side.
Well, obviously Vassal was feeling sorry for him.
Well, that's nice. I mean, it really is. Vassal wants everyone to have a good time.
Vassal giveth, vassal taketh away.
Boy, that is for sure.
okay. So if I want to recover that 1, then I have to do them individually in that stack, right?
Oh, the one that just routed?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd roll for each of them individually.
That's right. Yep.
Do I want to do that one, or do I want to get? Could try and get my great grenadiers unshaken. What else do I have down here? Let's see. Oh, Zolan's got it routed. And right here. So who is that? It's Hohenzollern. That's Hohenzollern. That's Hohenzollern. Actually, I think I'm going to try Hohenzollern, which I
So
think
where's
is
Hohenzollern?
this one, and this one.
And where is the leader? Oh, he's stacked here. Okay.
Back there.
Who's this guy? Who's he belong to?
Which guy is that?
This guy out here. He's Hohenzollern also.
Oh,
But he
so
might be
he's
too far away.
done.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's too far away.
So I think I'm gonna try him. So disordered first. All right. So this disorder comes off. All right. So let's roll on the stack or the disorder. He's automatic with the leader. So this becomes shaken. All right, so I'm going to roll for this one here. 34. Some disorder check. Was it just +5? He's an 18, so
Yeah, they should be fine.
probably
I mean,
made
this
it
the
there.
army morale doesn't affect disorder checks. It just affects morale
No.
checks, right?
No.
Now let's. Okay, now do I do shaken first? I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, so shaken on this stack right here. That stack. Oh, yes. That's going to be removed, and I can face whatever direction I want, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, he stays the facing.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
be-
It's when you come out of route that
Right,
you
okay,
go
when
into
it comes
something
out of
Right.
different.
Yeah, you need to adopt a facing in that
Right.
case because you don't have one in route.
Right. And okay, so and then we'll do the routed unit right here. And let's see what we can do with him. Boom. That should be enough to get him to shaken and disordered, right?
Let's see, he's half dead. So
It's
he's
plus
gonna have
30.
25.
Looks
Yeah.
good to me.
So it's to shaken and disorder. All right. Okay.
All right, let me go ahead
Roll
and
again.
roll again.
Could use another one of those if you want.
41. That's one for us.
Gadzooks, I don't know how to act.
I know. It's exciting stuff. And what's our wing leader? What do we need to wing things
I
with?
think we gotta have a 5. I don't.
Yes, I think so.
Oh yeah, it's a 5. He's a +4 for something. or
Right,
other. That's
right.
for the army command thing.
That's for initiative.
All right.
But all right, well, that's fine. So it's a single activation,
Right?
and we got plenty of time, so it's not like we need to rush to get something done. Has he? He hasn't activated all of his cavalry, but all of his cavalry facing east, he's activated, right?
He's activated. So the Spada and Hohenzollern are the two that haven't done anything yet.
Right, but they're not a threat to your heavy cavalry, so
No,
I don't know
no,
if
they're facing the other way.
All right.
Yeah, so
All
that's
right.
not a problem.
Okay.
So I don't. necessarily need to do anything with my heavies right now. Um,
Agreed. Agreed. So then the question is there something you'd care to do elsewhere? Actually, I've got an absolutely cunning plan
okay, cool.
about the your Winterfeld's Grenadiers.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you want me to go take a little
Oh,
walk for a minute?
hardly. Don't worry about it. Nothing on a battlefield like this takes place so quickly that you're not going to figure it out.
Yeah.
No, but I'm thinking, Winterfeld could probably be in the middle and have his guys swing wide both ways around that village.
Okay.
One of them to go up and keep those guns facing at him, and the other to make his grenadiers stop flanking the rest of your guys.
Okay.
I mean, just saying, right?
Right.
Because clearly your infantry in the middle is in a real threat right now because his grenadiers have gotten around your flank.
That's only if I care about it.
Oh, okay. I had not considered the whole story. Anyway, I don't know. I mean,
Okay. So you're suggesting that I activate Winterfeld and have some of it come out this way and some of it come out that way.
yeah, because I mean, you think about it. What did he just do this turn? Well, he didn't fire his guns. He turned them
Right.
because he's expecting you to come around the south side of town.
Right.
All right, I'll come around the south side of town, but I'm coming around the north side of town too.
Right.
You can't face both directions at once. And now his grenadiers up there have got to go, oh geez. Now I got his grenadiers behind me. My flanking has just become flanked. Obviously,
They're not. You can't. You'd have a hard time getting in range of doing anything.
Well,
I
what?
understand that. But I'm just saying that you can't ignore them. That's all.
So,
I can try.
You can't ignore them if you're going to be a game player and recognize that there's only 2 turns left. But the truth is, if there's only 2 turns left, there's no point in activating Winterfeld at all.
yeah. Well, so if I do a rapid march, how can I move 1 extra movement point or 2 extra movement points?
It's 50% rounded down, so it's another 2 movement points.
So I can move potentially 6 movement points.
That's right.
Okay. So I could cover some ground potentially.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Sure, why not? Let's do it. You only live once. All right, so we'll
Exactly.
activate Winterfeld. And I think he's still maybe in command from Schwerin. So Schwerin's going to be, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And no, not quite.
I don't think he is.
Doesn't quite
Close.
make it. Well, let's roll
Surprisingly
for him.
close.
Oh, he's in command. He doesn't care. I think he's like command of 8 or something, 7, almost as good.
Oh, no. Okay.
So, yeah. All right. So if I'm going to move this guy here, he's got to change his facing first before he moves out of the town, or is he in general order in the town?
I don't think you need to be in general order in this game in the town hexes. Village hexes do not require general order. So he is basically in line. So he could, do line backup movement, move out of town. Obviously, he can't rapid march and line back up in the same turn because that's just 2 things that aren't allowed at the same time. But he doesn't need to do anything more elaborate than just back up.
Well, can he change facing?
He can turn, but of course, if he turns, he's going to have to turn what, twice?
No, I mean, he could turn. Oh, yeah, you're right. He'd have to spend 2 movement points to turn. And what is
So
it? 1 movement point to move out or to move
He could
backwards?
spend, no, he could spend 2 movement points to turn. He will have to do a disorder check for that second one.
Okay.
But he's going to have to do a disorder check for the backing up anyway.
Right.
So
But
yeah,
does
you
the
could
but does
just
the backing
turn.
up count cost 1 or 2?
It costs 2.
Right.
So
So it's
yeah,
the
you
same
could
cost.
turn. That would cost 2. Move out would cost you 3, 4 because of the slope. And then you could go 5, 6 if you wanted to.
Yeah, 5, 6. Sure, why not?
Why the hell not? And
All
then
right.
roll for order check plus 5.
All right. And so he's a 27 and I rolled a 32. Just
Plus 5.
barely did it. All right.
Perfect.
Good. All right. Then this chap here, it's going to cost him 2 to turn, right? So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll have,
Okay.
we'll leave Winterfeld there. So then we roll for him too, I suppose. 34.
Yep. Probably good
And
enough. Worth a check. Yep. All good.
all right. And then these guys. So where do you suggest I park these guys that are coming down on this side?
Well, I mean, I don't have a problem with them coming up into the face of the guns because, yes, they'll get shot at, but on the other hand, they'll get shot at, and that means that the guns can't be shooting at somebody else.
Right.
So just, come on up.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 here.
Okay, sure. What the hell?
Okay, here we go. Yeah, they're happy. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll roll for them. Yep, they're happy. All right. I guess this guy here can do a quick turn. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Puts him there. Let's roll for him. 33. And he's fine.
Yep, all right.
All right. And then the last chap here can go where I can have him come down and shoot at this guy here. But I can't shoot yet, right?
Nope. No, you can't.
All right.
You
So
don't-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 puts him there. And so we'll roll for him. 19. He's disordered.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not the end of the
It was
world.
going around the pond that messed him up.
That's right. The little carp pond of doom. All right.
Those hidden ponds, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly it. The hidden
All
pond we can all
right.
see.
And we can
All right,
put
and then
Winterfeld
Winterfeld.
there. 1, 2, 3. He's
No.
within range of everybody, right?
Right? No
So
doubt.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't know. If nothing else, I find it terrifically entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, we got to do something. We've had these grenadiers kind of poking around, not really earning their pay. So, okay, cool. All right, that was my big exciting.
And really, if
What
you
to
think
do.
about it, those guys have moved far enough forward that he really shouldn't ignore you.
Yeah, that
If
was.
you're willing to rapid march again next turn, you could hit him.
Yep, that's the whole point. So catch him in a
Good time.
twist. Catch him in a twist. All right. Well, that was my roll. We're on to David's roll.
I think we are, yeah.
94. You push the clock up. Hey, but we get a wing activation.
You get a wing.
All right.
That's good.
Can you
Yeah.
do a wingish thing?
Can I do a wingish thing?
Yeah.
If I had a wing to do something with, what would it be?
Otherwise,
So there's Ponvitz up here, and then there's who's the other guy up here? Manstein. We got a shaken unit that's nearly vaporized there. I'm looking up way up north of Kedge. I'm just looking to see if there's
Right.
a wing that would be useful there. Um, Convits. I don't know. I mean, it would be entertaining if Ponvitz was able to move. That would probably vaporize that last of the Kaiser Fusiliers that are shaken, and probably get around the flank of the remaining ones, and that would be a good thing. Um, so not a bad thing to do. It would also bring up the rest of the command because it would be the whole wing activation. Um, I don't know that there's any particular value to do in Leshtevitz. Um,
Well, considering that, yeah, he's kind of shot his wad there against
well,
you, so you can then get
yeah, I guess
Kleist.
whenever
Yeah.
there, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I need to do that. And then, then the question is do you want to do something with the detachment? Would a wing be useful there? Or for that matter, do we want to go down to Zeton and just try to, you know, see what to do with these idiots?
Well, let's see here. I could probably come up with a few clever things to do with
I
Zeton.
mean, the truth is, I mean, because they can move 7 and charge 4,
Yeah,
they can cover a lot of damn ground.
yeah,
And you don't have all your units in position yet, but you could get a couple of them, um, to form up an additional line behind the front line so you could be ready to
counter
deal with
anything. Yeah,
opportunities. So I don't know.
I'm gonna try to. I'll see if I can get Zeton to
All right.
earn his pay.
I don't think it'll be hard for him
No, here we
to
go.
succeed.
Yeah, because otherwise, what? Well, here we go. A 7, he passes. He's a 8. So
Yeah.
okay.
Damn.
So this guy, this
I mean,
this
the only
order
way you
comes
can
off.
fail is a 9, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
But he was a monster, so I mean, it's understandable.
Yeah. All right. So we've got a lot of people. Let's see. I was really hoping I'd get the jump on Hohenlohe, but oh well. Um, we can still have some fun punishing him. So let's just zoom out slightly. All right, so we'll start moving these guys here on the end.
Be right back, gents.
Who is here?
Here, down here. So 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gets him here, I guess. And this guy. Well, and then 7 to turn. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Hit that guy there. All right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. And these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, that's good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll leave Zeton there until we figure out what to do. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. All right. And these guys can turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gets them there. And these guys can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can turn. And everybody else, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's nothing like a big ass cavalry charge.
Yep. 2, 3, 4. Those guys can
Not as
turn.
quick.
Whoops.
Get a tiny brained cat who wants to talk to us.
Those are the best
That Bowie?
kind.
No, this is her given name is Guinevere, but she gets called Spoo because that fit personality a great deal more.
Now, was Bowie a male or female?
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 to turn.
Oh, he's also a lot less of a talker.
Now, is Bowie a male or female?
Bowie's a male. He was
Is he deaf?
he was a backyard tomcat until he adopted us.
Right. Is he deaf?
No, he can hear just fine.
That is very unusual for an
Yeah,
all
and
white. With,
In spite of all white, he is he's able to hear.
Because back when I first met Lori, we had an all-white cat that was with the different eye color, and he was a male, but he was deaf, and actually that probably ended up contributing to his being hit by a car. But
Oh, I bet. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like a great strategy.
All right. Yep, big mess here. All right,
You think it's a big mess
Eaton.
now?
Yeah, it's going to be a bigger mess here in a minute. All right, Stretch Jow, he's there. All right, and Seaton, we'll go ahead and place.
Oh, goodness.
Seaton's got a range of 7. We'll put him there. And Nordman, we're going to put him up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, everybody's happy. Okay. Well, that's the movement part.
Alrighty then.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, everyone's in command. Exciting. All right, so we're going to try to do some attacks. So let's start rolling and see who decides to actually get off their butt and do something. So do we declare all of the people that are going to attempt it first, or we just go
That's
down
right.
the line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope. You announce everybody's going to, and then you roll for everybody who's going to, and then you figure out who's going to move first and then what to do what.
Okay. All right.
And
Is there a
obviously,
marker? Is there a marker to indicate who's doing what, or we just
Honestly, you could do a lot of things there. You could put a close combat marker on there. You could,
you could use one of
that might
those
be
charge ones,
convenient.
but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do one of those kinds of markers because you've got so many that it might be awkward to try to remember exactly who's who.
Right. Okay.
But no, I don't know that there's an explicit marker for it.
All right. Well, there and there and Let's see who
Okay.
else there.
That's not an explicit marker, I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
that, well, it's not going to get confused with anybody else anytime soon.
No, no, it's not.
And let's see who else. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have these guys here then. Okay. And we'll see if we can have some success here, shall we? All right. Let's give it a kick. So, let's roll. I guess we'll just start here at the top and work our way down. 1, 2.
All right.
Yeah. We could go there too. That would really add a lot. Yeah, we'll try these guys too while we're at it. In for a
They
penny.
can't see anybody.
Oh, they have to have a line of sight? Okay, then don't worry about that one. Okay. Okay, so we'll start up here with these chaps. 51. They are good to go. All right, these chaps here. 56. They're good to go. These chaps here. 04. I don't think that's going to be
result.
special results. So this is a
Is this pre?
yeah, so 04. If unit is stacked with a leader, re-roll with a -15. Otherwise, re-roll with a +10. All right, so they're not with a leader. So I re-roll with a +10. Here we go. 66. They're okay. And then last but not least, these chaps here. Uh-oh, 08. All right, and this one
Add a little
is
drama here.
re-roll with a +5. All right, here we go. Let's roll again. Yep, they're good. All right, so everybody is in. So let's go ahead and do our first charge. We'll do these guys here first. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, I guess, and hit these chaps in the flank.
What point can I change
1,
facing?
2, 3.
Okay, great question. When does the defender reaction happen? So, prior to each time an enemy cavalry unit or stack moves 1 hex of its charge movement, including the first hex.
Oh, actually, wait, hang on just a second. I wanted to do this guy first. Oh, well. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. No, it's okay. Is it? No, this guy's got to go first.
So,
yeah, so
basically, you can do a defender reaction anytime, even before the very first movement of charge combat. So, and when you do that, of course, you can only do it once during the entire phase. Then you'd roll for a disorder check based on how many movement points you'd used.
Right. Okay. So
Well, let's go stepwise through this then, shall we?
Yep.
So who's going first?
This guy's going first.
All right. And so any of those units that want to could do a reaction if they want to.
Yes. And this guy wants to do a reaction.
All right.
He wants to change facing to there.
All right. So he'd roll a disorder check with a +10 because he used 1 movement point.
Right. Bam.
All good.
Okay. All right, so this guy's going 1, 2.
He has to stop there, right?
Why does he stop?
Because he's in a zone of influence.
Where do you stop in a zone of influence? I'm not pursuing you.
Let me look. Cavalry charge movement. This is 13.3D. Bottom of page 25.
Right.
cavalry charge movement immediately ends when the cavalry enters an EZOC or is placed in the EZOC of a countercharging enemy cavalry. Charging cavalry does not have to stop simply because there's an enemy unit in its own ZOC, but may continue its charge movement. So in that case, yes, you would have to.
Okay,
because-
I can just take a different route. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And avoid those two
Yeah.
X's. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3.
Okay, and now we might have a countercharge.
Yes, you might have a counter charge there. What do I got going there? It probably behooves me to probably counter charge, so I will roll for a counter charge. Yes. Boom.
All right. So that's that one done.
Right?
Cool. All right, let's go ahead and do the next one. Let's go ahead and do these guys. Let's see. Let's do these guys here. Whoops. Why do I keep hitting the wrong button? 1, 2, 3.
Who's moving?
I think he was
These
just
guys
counting.
here.
I don't know you were
These
moving.
guys here are moving,
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
right? So they're going to go 1, 2,
Hold. And I will counter charge. Ooh, it's gonna be.
he's half dead.
Yeah, he is half dead, -3 plus, and then plus half dead +3 -4. And
He's going to be shaken.
So 32, I think, is the whole number.
that's
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's shaking.
all right. So half dead is 10?
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. So he is shaken. All right. That doesn't work out too well. There's unit. Shaken. Okay. Okay.
Okay, and so then
Continue.
he's going to come up there. All right, and then these guys are going to come forward 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then last but not least, we've got these guys here. Oh, come on. They're just going to go 1. What's stop it, stop it. 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Right? Does that work?
Yeah, I think so. I think everything played out like it was supposed to there.
Yeah.
So at this point, individual combat declarations happen.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, two of those defenders, well, no, that's not true. This defender, it's abundantly clear who the attackers are. That's not hard to figure.
Correct.
This guy's the only one who's the wild card because he could participate in either one of those battles And so you just need to specify what's going on with this guy.
Right. What's how many increments does this other one have? He's lost 4, so he's got 3, and I've got 7. So I've got 2 to 1. And I can't. Can I split this stack where I have one unit go one way, one unit go the other way?
I don't believe so. No.
No, that's why I was asking.
Yep. Oh, that's a good ask.
No, absolutely. Just on the one hand, it would be nice to have some insurance against that shaken unit, but he's shaken, right?
Right.
So, I mean, my tendency would be to say, if I've got somebody in somebody's flank, I'd sure like to take advantage of it.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, we've got this guy here, and then these other 2 stacks will hit this chap here, and then this guy's going to go there.
Right. And then you decide what order you'd like to do those in.
Let's go ahead and do this one first.
All right. So you've already, well, in fact, both sides have already rolled their morale checks.
So by him turning
no,
that counted as a morale check or no?
Sorry, I take that back. That was a disorder check that he did, not a morale check. So he still needs to do his morale check. My bad.
Okay, so make a morale check, David.
If he had countercharged, that would have been
29.
That's not going to be
This
enough.
is a pre-melee morale check. And you're getting hit in the flank.
Yeah, that's
So that's a B.
5.
So you
No, I don't think it is.
outflanked is a plus 10.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Yeah.
So he's shaken now too.
Shake him.
All right. So let's go ahead and do our numbers here. So I've got 14 plus, that's going to be 21. That's going to be 29. I've got 29 to 7 plus 3, 10. So I've got 2 to 1. Almost, but not quite. 3 to 1. All right. And let's go ahead and I'll flip my boys over and see what they're worth. So I've got 2 hexes. These guys are worth 3, and those guys are worth 4.
How many hexes did each of those?
They
stack?
both went forward 3. So
They
the
did.
only one, yeah. In fact, all of them went forward 3 since this guy countercharged.
Oh, right. Okay. So the thing to remember here is because he's got heavy cavalry, this is where adding the 1 for you and adding the 2 for him is important.
Right.
So you've got 1 stack that's 4,
Mm-hmm.
5 for being light cavalry, 6, 7, 8 for being 3 hexes of advance, right?
Right.
And the other stack's going to be 7 because it's 1 less.
Right. But
printed.
does he get his value because he's getting hit in the flank?
No, but he has people in front of him, so that's all that requires.
Oh, okay. So he still
So-
gets the 2. Okay.
Yeah. So 7 and 8 though round to 7, round to 8. So
Okay.
well, you still get 8, and then I'm sorry, I take that back because the bottom stack doesn't get a 7 because it's a 10 because he's hitting him in the flank.
Okay.
So it's 8 and 10 rounds to 9.
To 9.
Average 9.
Why is he at 10?
Well, he's got 3 as his printed value. He's got 1 for being light cavalry, so that's 4. He's got 3 for a charge movement, that's 7.
Right.
And then 3 for being in your flank makes it 10.
Right. I'm infilating you, so that's a plus 3
yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
All right. Then the defenders, plus 3, plus 2 for being heavy cavalry, that's 5. Minus 5 for shaken makes it 0. So it becomes 2 to 1 plus 9.
Yep, 2 to 1 plus 9. All right, here we go. Let's see what we get. So that's a 6 is our net. So that's going to be 1d2r.
Okay. Well, you realize how much that morale matters.
Yeah.
Because what was it? It was a 6 on 2 to 1.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. It would have been a 1 on 2 to 1. It still would have been a 1d1r.
Right.
So it really didn't change a whole lot there, but it could have.
Right.
All right, now, okay, so now my retreat.
Yeah.
I mean, well, can't go that way, I guess, right?
Actually, it's funny you'd mention that. Didn't that just come up on Consim World this week?
I saw something about it where you're getting squeezed like a tube of toothpaste, right?
And what was the consensus?
I don't know. I'm looking. Actually, my only problem with going that direction is that you have a way to be 2 hexes away from the enemy, and that would not be it. Let me
Yeah,
let me
because
look.
you can go back this way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, you got to go back
That's my
6,
other
right?
option, yeah.
Or, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this way, right? I mean, you can go over the top of your routed units. They're already routed. It can't get any worse, can they?
Okay.
Well, no, that makes the
Okay.
problem further.
It was a different scenario. Let me show
It was infantry.
here. Well, it was a mix of infantry and cavalry,
Oh.
and it was also because of their facing the there was no zone of control. This was retreat before combat anyway.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't the same as retreating, but if you think about it, if they retreated backwards, they'd be in an enemy zone of control. If they retreated forward, they're in the flanks of those infantry units.
Right.
So that was the question: is can I squeeze forward? And in that case, yeah, because moving into an enemy zone of control is a no-no with retreat before close combat.
Right.
This one I don't feel quite so comfortable with, because in this case, you're not moving as far away from the enemy as fast as you can.
Well,
Trick is, what do you do once you start moving? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
all right. Well, first,
There's
let me,
not a lot of great places to go.
That's the problem of being in the hedgehog.
Yeah, it is. So remember, we got a number of considerations with retreats.
right.
There's retreating away from the enemy who's causing the retreat. There's doing so in as straight a line as possible as the hex grid allows, and retreating back towards friendly lines. And I'm pretty sure it's in that order. So unfortunately, it's going to be hard to satisfy all three of those here.
Oh, my real friendly lines are in Prague.
I,
You should have moved there when you had a chance.
indeed, the friendly wenches are in a pub in Prague.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, see, the truth is that's actually perfectly reasonable from my perspective. I can live with that. I don't think it's in the letter of the rules, but I'm okay with it.
Well, I mean, but he could have gotten further away, right? Can you retreat over your own units?
Oh, in fact, the rules try to make it really clear that you should not do anything unnatural
Right.
to avoid your own units. And I guess if you wanted to take that approach, then you'd say he would get kept going straight up that same hex row and he'd run over 2 of his own units on the way northeast. It does, but then you get into the problem that you had a chance to retreat towards your own side and you didn't. You kept retreating towards the Prussians.
Right.
And
Yeah, so I mean, could he go here and then go this way?
oh, no, he certainly could have done that. But the minute he touches another routed unit, he's going to rout them.
Well, they're already routed.
And they're
I
going
know,
to
but that
route
means that
again. I have to do route. Then
They
they're gonna
run
lose.
farther away.
Oh, okay.
You probably don't honestly want to do that.
So then would you go over that guy instead?
Why would I go over any of mine? They're running.
Well, no, and
No,
that's
but-
what that's the question that we ask is at what point do they start to turn? As you said,
I think Eric's questions are fair questions
Yep.
if you're
No, I
trying to
do.
make a straighter line.
yeah,
And so the question is what can you tolerate the most? Running the wrong direction or making a non-straight line? I mean, it's a little unsatisfying. If we look at the actual words, 20.2G on page 39, retreat direction guidelines. Retreating units should move in as straight a line as the hex grid permits. This order of priority, away from the enemy units that cause the retreat, and 2, towards their own army's rear. Friendly occupied hexes can be entered and should not be avoided if entering them allows the retreating unit to move farther away from the enemy. So now that's interesting, actually, thinking about it this way, because the first requirement is it has to be in as straight a line as the hex grid permits. And then there's the priority of moving away from the enemy that caused the retreat and then towards the army's rear. That's interesting because they're not 3 things in priority. One of them is just stated as fact. You gotta go in a straight line, which I'm
which
not even
would
sure.
actually take him this way.
Well, remember, as straight a line as the hex grid permits.
Right.
In this case, without running over some units, though, he probably would end up having to go straight down that line because what else could he do?
Right.
I guess. Okay, all right. He was here.
Yep, he was there.
So I could see you saying, okay, I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then honestly, that is the straightest line the hex grid would have permitted to do what you just did.
Right, because if we're looking at the thread, there you
Exactly.
go. Yeah.
Right, and you could have avoided that hex. Now, obviously, you wouldn't have avoided this guy,
Right.
but that would be a straight line, in as much as it could be, and it would be away from the guys that caused the rout.
Yeah.
So that would be fair. It would be very much not towards your own army's rear, but it would have satisfied the first requirement and it would have satisfied the first priority. So that would actually make sense to me. I don't know that you.
I mean,
What else you got?
if you're doing that, I mean, 2, 3, 3, 4, and you keep going this way.
But then that's
I'm
not a
still
straight.
moving away from there is straight a line. I am starting to try and go towards my rear. I mean,
Yeah,
I didn't do the loop,
right.
but I continue to go further away. But I'm not.
Right, but I think what they're talking about is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're moving this way for the first several hexes of movement, you're going to keep going straight, as opposed to
No,
then turning and going like an L shape.
really? I mean, here's
Well,
this mass of cavalry. Are they going to run over these people, or if they see this, oh, I got plenty of open space here, or am I going to go that way?
and by the way, to be clear, David, these are the parts of the rules I am least satisfied by because to me they don't make a lot of sense.
But I see why they have them there, because it's always the retreat rules that are the biggest mess. I mean, it's in La Bataille, it's here. I mean, when you're dealing with this, it's always a matter of what's the order of priority.
Exactly.
And so,
And
what?
so I would say the rules as written, you'll probably end up here because I don't really know how you're going to get something that's less damaging to you. And yet, intuitively, my sense is where you are right now, I got no problem with that. Because you're running away from the bad guys, and then you see, oh, look, we can hide behind these guys. So you turn and you go hide behind these guys. And now you got friendly guys between you and the enemy. And yeah, you're running back towards Prague. And you're not running towards more enemies like these guys.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Or that infantry at the top.
or the infantry at the top. So I'm certainly willing to let that go because as far as I'm concerned, I don't like these retreat rules. And I think that you can get into weird situations where the obvious solution is not what the rules allow you to do. And it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, I concur, particularly in a case where you're getting surrounded on, multiple
Exactly.
sides. So, I mean,
Exactly.
the other thing that would make more sense if he's here, would be just to go straight up this way, right?
Well,
Or
it
he's
can't be that,
or he
though.
he goes here and then he goes straight up that way, kind of a thing. I
Right.
mean, that's getting him the furthest away from the source of the
Right.
scandal. And I know in La Bataille usually they say avoid friendly units, but here it doesn't say avoid friendly units. It's
Well,
like,
in fact, it explicitly says not to, but
yeah,
I guess I take, again, it just depends on how you want to play the game ultimately. But I would argue that going there first and then going there,
right,
to me, that's not really doing a very good job of getting away from the enemy causing the problem because this hex and this hex are both 2 hexes away from this guy.
right,
And it kind of doesn't feel right. Now, again, and this is just me, by the time I'm here, if I decide to do this, yes, I'm not getting farther away from this guy, but I now have 2 stacks of my own units between me and that guy.
right.
As far as I'm concerned, at that point, I no longer care if I'm getting farther away. I've got people running interference for me.
Well, in theory, but there's also bad guys here.
Yes, but you don't even see them.
Right. Well, and he doesn't see them either.
Well, that's what I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
right? I mean, all you know is let's get back to Prague.
yeah.
Let's
Well,
get the hell
let's
out of these guys who
let's
attacked
just
us.
have him move there. That's fine.
I'm comfortable
Yeah.
with it, even though I appreciate it's not part of the rules. But
Yeah.
carry on. I like it.
All right. So then I need to advance in at least 1 unit into that hex, correct?
That's exactly right. Yes.
Okay. So we will advance this guy there, right? And he's got to face. So then the question is, which way does he face? Does he face where
Well,
the unit is now, or where the unit
See, and
went?
I think that's part of the problem why the rules are written to make you go in a straight line because that helps pursuit because that means you don't have to change facing while you're pursuing.
Right.
But it's clear that if you were going to pursue, you'd be pursuing him right up that hex row. So that is the facing that makes sense.
Well, or if he's moving this way, I would turn
You
which
could
way?
turn
Well,
you could turn one to your left,
Right, like that.
and that would be okay too.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
advantage to that from your perspective is you actually could, because if you were facing east, you have somebody in your zone of control and you can't pursue. But if you turn that way, then you could pursue.
Okay. Okay.
now this would make, well, now this guy's in the way, but I should be at least here or here,
Why is that?
so that he would not have to turn in pursuit if he got more points than he needed. But he'd have to stop here anyway. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he's not gonna actually get very far. Plus, he's disordered.
Right.
But
All right.
yeah,
Let me go ahead
right.
and roll for my pursuit points. 5.
All
So
right.
that's what, 3 pursuit
3.
points?
Yep. That's
So
right.
1, 2, and did you say I have to stop when I get here? 3?
you would.
I don't think so, because I think
That's
you have
my
to,
Ezok, right?
you have to
Or do I have to stop here when he's in my Ezok?
Let's take a look.
Or do I have to stop here because the routed guys are in my Ezok?
Okay. When the cavalry has used its last pursuit point or enters an Ezok, the pursuit movement ends. So yeah, it's entering somebody else's Ezok, not somebody being in yours.
Okay.
Um, and to be fair, that's a little confusing because remember, pursuit doesn't happen if there's somebody in your Ezok.
Right.
But this is turned around the other way.
Right.
So yes, he could move all 3, and then he's in somebody's Ezok, and he'd have to stop.
How about I move 2 and try to recall? And then do I have movement points left, or that's only if I grind him up to putty?
No. You still get free movement, as long as you've got pursuit points left. So you'd roll your recall.
Right? Uh-oh. What's a 00? That's an Army morale check.
No, it's not.
Well, you rolled it at the wrong time again.
I know. Let's see where we
All right.
find pursuit.
Recall
Where's
is
pursuit?
F.
F.
Disorder
Friendly
check
unit
F.
retreats.
0-0 for the Prussians. Recall fails. Once the pursuit is finished, mark the unit as disordered and roll the die again, eliminating SPs from the pursuing unit
Equal to half the
one
die. Ooh,
die
that's-
roll.
wow.
Once the pursuit, okay, so you have to do all 3.
Okay.
So go ahead and move the 3rd.
Whoops. Okay.
Mark yourself as disordered. Ooh, that's a good question.
Or he's double disordered.
Well, that's the question, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're already disordered and you get disordered as a result of a recall failing, then I think you're disordered and shaken. And then you roll the die again, eliminating SPs from the pursuing unit
Right.
equal
That's
to
me.
1/2 the die roll.
Yep.
All right. So why don't you apply your losses to your guys here? So you take 3 more losses on
That's right.
your guys.
Yeah.
Now, do they have to be on the top, or are they on?
They are
those
distributed based
distributed?
on who's the largest to the smallest, right?
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So then I roll 1 die and apply half the loss. So that's going to be 3 hits on this guy.
3 hits on this guy. Wow. That hurts.
Yeah. It's part of life. What can you do?
Good news. Well, it's the end of life is what it is. That's the part it is.
Oh,
All right. And so I'm shaken as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, you're shaken and disordered now, and you're half dead and facing an awkward direction.
Yep. That's the story of my life.
Yes, sir.
Half dead and facing a bad direction. So,
Okay, we got that going for
Yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
all right. Let's do this one here.
Okay. Yeah. that sounds
So, um, All right, so he's got to make a morale check first.
Yeah, that's right. Because oh no,
Oh,
no, no, he tried to countercharge. That was his
Yeah.
morale check.
oh, and so
Right.
he became shaken with that. Okay.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
All
So
right.
he's fine from that perspective.
Yeah, that
So what
wasn't
do
a
we?
disorder check like the other one.
Okay. All right. So,
So it's how many increments do we have on each side?
I've got, I think, 7, and he's got 3. And then is he halved for being shaken
No,
or
no,
no?
no,
So
no.
I've
That's
got
disorder.
I've got 2 to 1,
Okay, so it's 2 to 1. Okay, that's good.
right?
All right.
And I charged forward 3, so I'm
Okay.
6,
So
and then another one for light
light
cavalry, so I
cavalry.
got 7.
Okay, good. So 7.
Yeah,
Okay. And he's got 5 printed
right.
plus 2 for medium cavalry. So that's 7.
Minus
Minus
5 for being
5
shaken.
shaken. Oh, but hold on. He's half dead.
Oh, okay.
Half dead means he's half of his normal CV. So that's actually the unit is a +2 rather than a +4.
Okay. So he's a
And then
plus
the leader
3,
is a
plus 5.
+1. So it's 3,
So
4,
he's
5.
0.
-5 is 0.
So I'm plus 7 net. So it's a 2 to 1 plus 7.
2 to 1 plus 7, yes.
Okay, here we go. So the net is going to be 5.
5.
So at 5 at 2 to 1, it's 1d2r again.
Wait a minute. What? You wrote it 2-4 or 7-5? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just.
Okay, so that's 1d2r. So the attacker takes 1 hit and is disordered. Defender takes 2 hits and routes. And then we get the whole problem of retreating again.
Well, we might not because it depends. Because he's only got 1 increment left.
Oh, he's just the one. That's right. He's a 7. Yeah, you're right. He may not need to go very far.
So, yeah.
All right. So I will roll then for pursuit points.
Just gonna go 1 hex right now. We'll
So
see if he gets eliminated.
4, right? Right. So I'd go there, and then yeah, I might as well knock him out. That's going to kill the leader, right? Or capture
It
the
does.
leader,
Well, I mean, he's eliminated.
right? So well, that's points for us, right?
Sure, sure. No,
Yeah,
no, absolutely. Well worth doing.
Yeah.
All right, so you had 2 pursuit points, so you actually have 1 free movement point. You still need to roll for your recall. So it'd be plus 5 on
Okay.
your recall roll because you used 1 point.
Right. So let's see. I guess I could change facing maybe.
You could, yeah,
Yeah.
but roll for your recall first.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I
Okay.
recalled.
Not a problem. So you got 1 free movement, which means you can face any direction you want, or you can move a hex forward.
Let's see. I should probably. I mean, he's got these guys here, and these guys
Yeah.
here. And those are the only ones he's got left. These guys there. Those are the only ones he got left that can kind of do something.
Yeah,
So,
I could kind of see facing east making some sense because
Yeah.
you've already got people dealing with the other guys.
yeah. Okay. Well, give that a shot.
All right.
All right, and then we have our last combat over here. Then.
Now this one is the one with the least attractive odds for the attackers.
Yep, we're at 1 to 1. But
Right.
let's go ahead and flip it over and see what we've got. So I got
All right.
plus 5, plus 3. That's going to be 8. Plus 1 more is going to be 9. And
Right.
he's got 5 plus 2 is 7. So it looks like a net of plus
no,
2.
because he advanced 1.
Oh,
so
he
it's
advanced 1. Okay.
Yep.
So he's got
8.
8, and I've got 9. So it's a plus 1. 1 to 1 with a plus 1.
The one with a +1, it doesn't get a whole lot more even than that.
All right, here we go. Let's see what we get. Oh, my
Oh!
turn to get a bad roll. So let's see. The net's going to be, so it's going to be a -6 at 1 to 1. So that's 2R, 1D for me. Oh, so 2R for me, 1D
Yep,
for you. Okay.
that's right.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles, baby.
Well, the good news is your stack is so big he can't grind you up and kill Zeton.
Yes, that's true. All right. And let's go ahead and mark them as routed. All right. So then these guys going back, are they going to? So tell me how I've never, I mean, it's been more obvious, but I mean, I'm not going to circle around this way, right? So I would go like here and then straight down towards my
Well,
friends,
I mean,
or would I go back this way towards, but I mean, I'm not going to go towards Prague, but I don't know. You
Right.
tell me
No,
what to do.
I would view.
I would say you'd go this way. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Or
that's
there.
valid to me. This, I mean, I would. I honestly, that feels more valid because it means you didn't bend a curve around this guy.
Right.
But, you know,
Well, I mean, he bent a curve, so.
yeah, I know. That's the problem. Since I can't accept the rules as they're written, but I don't have any other rules to use. It's always like everyone's kind of a negotiation. I'm never very happy about
Yeah.
it.
Okay,
I
well,
mean,
that's fine. I will just park
it,
him right here then, I guess, right?
right. And it's, I mean, and I would be perfectly fine if you decided to want to go that direction instead, because I still don't, I'd have the same facing to pursue you either way.
Yeah,
That's true. Yep. Doesn't matter. So
there we go.
either way is good. All right. And then defender has to move somebody into that hex and won't be able to pursue because
Because I have, because it's the first
somebody's
hex.
in their zone of control.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's see. I'm actually probably going to move both of them in there, I think.
Well, do you even roll pursuit points or no?
You don't actually. He needs to move somebody into that hex, and then once he moves in, he realizes, oh, there's no reason to even roll pursuit points. We're
Right.
done.
Okay. Cool.
Wow.
All right. Well, you know,
Cavalry combat is always consequential, isn't it?
it is. It is. It's always a party. Okay. Well, that was my big, exciting wing activation.
It was a wing ding for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess since it was a wing activation, we ought to mark Zeton as.
I need to mark everybody as flipped, right?
Yeah, right. So, good times. Well, at the end of all that chaos, we're in about 2.5 hours. It's getting late.
Yeah, we should probably call it here and save everything. And now next Sunday, you and I are both in Tempe, so we won't be
Okay.
doing any gaming then. When are you coming back, Michael?
I come back Friday,
Right.
but a little question mark hanging over next Sunday after that because so I've had a business trip that keeps getting put off,
Right.
and eventually they finally said, "Okay, let's go, week of the 28th." I said, "No, that's not going to work for me, fellas." And so they said, "Okay, well, how about the next week?" And I'm like, "The next week, of course, would be Labor Day,
Right.
but it's a trip out of the country to a country where they don't give a darn what our Labor Day is."
Right.
So I'm like, they said, "Are you willing to go that week?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever. I mean, life goes on, right?" So, but Further complicating things is it's a place that has exactly one daily nonstop from Dallas, Texas.
Oh, wow.
And that daily nonstop leaves at 5 in the evening and gets there at midnight.
Mm.
And so the question in my mind is, so am I leaving on Sunday night to get there Monday so we can start working Monday morning without getting a whole lot of sleep? Or am I
Right.
doing it on Monday to start Tuesday and not have a lot of sleep? So the bottom line is, I have no idea if I will be available the Sunday night after.
That's fine. You just keep us posted.
That was a long version of the story, but I wanted to share it.
Yeah. No worries. We're gonna